There are many ways to make money on the Dawn SMP Minecraft server, but which method is most effective? The current meta consists of building a big Minecraft redstone farm, but these giant farms are pain to build and they require a ton of resources, and most of them even require bone meal or something similar, which you can only effectively get from spawners, which beginners just can't obtain that easily. The method I found consists of just trading with the auction house and the order house. Basically, you just find really good offers on the auction house and instantly deliver them in the order house. The only thing you need for this money making method is a small start budget, so on its own it is already extremely effective, but I decided to take it a step further and automate the whole process. The main part of this video will be me explaining how I wrote my program. If you are not interested in that, you might want to skip to the ending of the video, where I will have a showcase of the bot working and also some details of how much money you can expect to make and what can still be improved and so on. For my program I decided to settle for an UI based bot, meaning a bot which doesn't use any API or hidden program variables which the player can't see. Instead, it only uses the user interface and controls the game similar to a regular player. For this, you have the library PyAutoGUI, which can control mouse and keyboard inputs, and in combination with that I later introduce a library which is capable of reading text on screen, and with those two modules I can already do everything I need to make this bot work. So then I started with importing the library, the PyAutoGUI library, and writing a first test script which would press the back to game button in my game. So I made a screenshot, imported it into my files, and left click onto that screenshot. So here you can see me running it for the first time, and as you can see it works. Now that I can control everything in game, I still need a way to read out the information displayed on screen. And for that I decided to import the TestRec library, which is an open source library which includes tool for text recognition on screen. And then later I can convert this text into numbers and calculate which items are actually profitable for me to buy. Here you can see me writing the readAll function. This function is for debugging purposes. It just reads out a small box near my mouse cursor, and I can then put this function in a for loop, start my program and go into the game and put my mouse cursor beside regions of interest to test if the interesting things are being read out reliably. Unfortunately, it didn't instantly work reliably, as you will see after this clip. And instead it also produced some noise, some random letters. But I found the whitelist function, which allows me to whitelist specific characters. So basically for now it is looking for all sorts of ASCII letters. So that means numbers, letters and other like signs like question mark and so on. But in many instances I only expect to see numbers. For example, in my regular use I have like this list of items before me, and oftentimes it's only one item and then there is no number, or there are an amount of numbers and then it's just a number between 1 and 64. So I already know it only can be a number between 1 and 64, so I blacklist all other numbers and letters and symbols, and this makes it way more reliable. So here you can see the first test in the background. The input on the right reads out 7.44k and the output in the console is complete gibberish. As I said, I then tried installing a font texture pack, which, as you will see now, helped a lot. Now again you have the input picture on the right and the output, which is being read out, on the left, and as you can see it is now almost always correct. Next I wrote my check order price function. As the name suggests, it looks for the order price, and as an argument it takes a picture, so a screenshot I have to prepare of the item I want to check the order price of. So it basically types into chat the search command for this current item it wants to order. Then the list of the bidders pops up, and there it selects the top left item and looks for the price, reads it out, does a little bit of cleaning up because you get the price in like 7.2k, for example, which obviously is not the number, it means 7,200, and for that I also later made a function to convert this into like a pure integer. And yeah, then I will have the pure integer and have a reference to know which items are profitable to buy. Finally, I can test the function, and as you can see, opens it and I get returned. It's a little cut off, but you can see 4.15k it should return, and it's cut off, but it returned it correctly, 4.15k. But even with all these improvements, it still made mistakes. In this example you can see I hover over 6.5k and it's not being read out. And then I hover over 6k and it's correctly being read out. And this is only one of many issues I had with the text recognition, and this is also one of the theme issues with artificial intelligence algorithms, because they are extremely intransparent. And no one in this situation could have told me exactly why this text recognition doesn't work, even though it was clearly visible. As you can see now, the image show, what the AI saw was very recognizable, but for some reason it can't recognize it correctly. As you know, the amount of an item is always on the bottom right of the item, while the item itself is in the background. So to make my program able to read the amount in each offer, I marked the specific spots where the number is, and this is then called region of interest. And now you can see me marking all the regions of interest, so my program is able to read the amounts. With all the main functions in place, I can finally start writing the first working prototype. And there you have it. This is the first working prototype. So as you can see, it first skips a few pages, but then it starts going through each offer and scanning the price. And with the amount scanned before, it can then calculate the price per diamond in each offer. And if this price per diamond lays below the order price, then you know it is a profitable deal and it buys it. But as you can see, this is very slow. First it waits a few seconds to scan the amounts, and then it goes through each item, so I had to improve. Also, there were a lot of issues still. It often crashed because of some minor details. I will show you a few clips, blend a few clips in of some unforeseeable things happening. So I additionally programmed a reset function which recognizes when the program fails and resets everything and rejoins the server. And with that I had a reliable version which was much faster because I also optimized the code a little. But because these last steps of the programming process aren't really interesting, in my opinion, I just did them off cam, and I can hereby present to you the final version. In practice, the rate at which you earn money with this is not very consistent. In this test you see in the background I only earned about 2 million an hour, while the test before I earned more than 3.5 million per hour, and it's extremely dependent on the market situation in the moment. But I reckon with some further improvements, like improving the speed or even predicting the market, and maybe even converting items with crafting, etc., you could probably improve this method by a ton. But I already spent way more time in this project than I had initially planned. So if you have any questions or suggestions, I'm happy to answer, and thanks for watching.